Hello everyone, how's it going? Happy 8:01 p.m. Sorry for being a minute late. As Tom Billy says, no excuses, so that is my bad completely. But we are here, we are on, and yes, let's do this. Today's conversation is about it's about action, and I believe I just had like a little epiphany moment. I honestly don't remember how much I talked about it yesterday. I don't think I talked a lot about it yesterday because we were talking about self worth yesterday. So I had a pretty big moment today. Avi, ready? Good to see you on, brother. As well as Rain Shortcuts. Good to see you on. So let's see. There's a lot of different things I want to talk about right now. Here's here's a summary. By the way, forgive me if I'm repeating what I said yesterday. I don't think I talked about this though, but I feel like I'm repeating myself because I journaled about this for a while. I had a pretty big shift in my perspective yesterday. Nelly Carson, good to see you on. So yesterday, so this past many of you, if you've been following me, you know this past week has been kind of rough for me. It's been a lot of ups and downs, mostly a lot of downs, just like a lot of feeling stuck and all that kind of stuff. And like it's interesting that how we can get into these little funks and it like we can become so resistant to the point where we don't even realize how resistant we are. So I was having one of those weeks. I remember I was able to count 6 days in a row where it just seems so like I'm like I don't feel like doing work. I don't feel like doing anything. And yesterday I went to the beach and I just said, you know what, Richard, you got to get outside. So I went to the beach and my goal was not to go to the beach. My goal was to just go outside. I was actually driving towards a local park that's, a larger park that was maybe 2 miles away from my house. And as I started driving towards the park, I was just like, you know what? I feel like going to the beach. Excuse me. So, let's see. As I went to the beach, I just knew I needed to get outside the house. Like I just knew I because I spent a lot of my time here in my room. This is where, I sleep, work, hang out, like all that kind of stuff. So do YouTube lives. So I don't know. It's just me. Like I like staying in one place and doing all the work because it's convenient. But at the same time, I acknowledge the importance of how do I say this? Getting outside of our environment sometimes, and I do feel uh, that to some extent, staying in this one place is can be a little bit toxic. Like it can be very limiting, and environment makes a huge difference. So I myself I'm working on excuse me I myself I'm working on uh, how do I say this? Goodness, on improving myself to get myself out of the environment. Excuse me, still getting over a little bit of a cold. Um, so, by the way, I see your comments. I'm going to respond to your comments in just a second. Um, I'm going to finish up my point of why today's conversation is about action cures self doubt. And so I was sitting at the beach again, 6 days straight of being very resistant, not really noticing it. I felt unmotivated. That's why I felt. And when I was sitting at the beach, I realized like my main purpose of going to the beach was so I could think about what is my vision, like what's the point of my life, like why am I here, and um, trust me, I have done this so many times in my life where I ask myself, what is my vision, what is my purpose, and I am to some extent I'm clear on what my mission and my purpose is in my life, but sometimes I just get disconnected. And this week I was having one of those weeks, went to the beach, and goodness gracious, I have so much to say. I feel like I need to pull up my journal right now. I'm gonna pull up my journal in just a second. Sorry, I feel weird leaving questions hanging here. So I'm gonna get back to my story in just a second. I'm gonna pull up my journal, and I will read to you what I wrote last night, so you understand, because it's more clear in the journal than I am talking right now. So, anyway, Andrew says, I can tell from your title that this is going to be good. Awesome. Let's see other stuff. Did I get on time to class? Awesome. Yes, you're on time. Nelly Carlson says, I feel really bad today because I played World of Warcraft for 10 hours with my friends. I did have a really fun time, but I feel like I'm wasting my time. And the same like you, I feel like getting out. Kitty Marie says, hey, Richard, hey, good to see you as well. Get well soon. Try Theraflu. It might help with coughs, and ginger ale or Sprite does tummy aches. Thanks for the suggestions. Let's see. I'm gonna be real. Like for me, when it comes to sickness, my remedies for getting better is sleep and water, sleep, water, and just eating clean. I'm surprised I've actually gotten sick twice in this past month or so, which is surprising. I'm kind of curious why that is. So I'm trying to be more mindful and aware of where the sickness is coming from. So, okay, I have my journal here, and I'm going to go for it. Okay. So here's why action cures self-doubt, and this is my journal entry for today. I'll do my best to kind of read through it and summarize and all that kind of stuff. So yesterday was Saturday for me. Today's Sunday. Yesterday, I ended up spending my morning doing like checking out garage sales, and for me, part of it was like I was doing it because I was looking for things for convention props, like I'm doing an exhibit booth. But also it was a little bit of procrastination too. I was just enjoying myself. And the reason for that is because I wasn't motivated to do actual work. I was disconnected. I felt like the goals that I had were all kind of shattered. Like a good example is I have a certain goal to book 10 speaking gigs plus, hit a certain dollar amount in terms of booking gigs. And I felt like my whole how do I say this? My whole goal was shattered because of my value system in a way. Like, so I was planning to do all those like cold calling and like, reaching out to schools and trying to do that. But I realized for myself, one thing that I value a lot is relationships. So cold calling, what I figured out, cold calling, cold emailing is not the main way I want to promote my business. I really want to do it based off of doing good work and people recognizing that. So I got really frustrated with that and I got really stuck. So my solution was to kind of just disconnect and, deal with it later. All right. So anyway, yesterday, I was having a really big breakdown. Like I was just really stressed out. I was just like, I felt really isolated. I felt like, in a way, I just had a moment where I felt like nobody cared about me. And what else did I feel here? And I felt like I was being a burden because I was Saturday and this past week I've been filled with a lot of negativity, just my mindset, and I couldn't shift my mindset. And this is why I went to the beach. Hold on, I'm just gonna read. Sorry, I'm gonna read you this. So I decided to go to the beach. I knew having a change of scene would support me more than doing nothing. Doing nothing at the park. Whoops. Hold on. Doing nothing at all. I just knew I had to get out in nature and reconnect somehow. I started by driving towards Huntington Beach Central Library, but then I realized my gut was telling me to just drive towards the beach. Ended up near the Huntington Beach Dog Beach and sat at a bench for about an hour, just thinking, meditating, and being present. I didn't answer all my life questions in the hour, but the conclusion I came to was, I still don't know exactly what my vision is, but I at least have some sort of direction. I can sit here for hours, days, months, years, and keep trying to think about what I need to do, or I can just take action. In that moment, I just made a decision to stop, quote unquote, meditating / thinking so much and just go home and start taking action towards my goals. I noticed that I was so busy feeling stuck in I was so busy feeling stuck and unmotivated. Also realized that I already know what I want to do. I already know that I had a hard committed goal of 10 speaking gigs and some dollar amount by February 25th, and I was letting my excuses get in the way of me pursuing my vision for my life. Instead, I was like, screw it, let's just take action. So yesterday I went home, changed into my gym clothes to work out, pushed myself harder than I wanted to in the gym. It wasn't perfect, but it was harder. I came home, ate, showered really quickly. By the way, yesterday, if you're wondering why I was 2 minutes late, it's because I was trying to squeeze in showering so I could make the most of my time. And then, then after the YouTube live, I spent 2 more hours just working on organizing my priorities and just freaking getting things done. Last night I planned out today's schedule Sunday, but I said, you know what? It's not time to sleep yet. I just want to get work done. So I sent out 4 to 5 personal emails last night, as opposed to waiting for today. So at least I was ahead of my schedule, and I did that without hesitating. I just like, you know what? Let's just do it. I also planned my whole entire schedule for today, Sunday. So I knew what goals and what my priorities were for today, and that was really helpful. This morning I just knocked out a lot of work, and I'm still working on a lot of different things here. Let's see. And then what else? I said, time to just start taking action. I'm tired of wasting time and feeling sorry for myself. I just get to keep pushing myself. I get it. It won't always be perfect, and I'll want to fall back into my destructive, self-sabotaging, ugly cycle, but just keep pushing through. I just had a huge realization yesterday. Today was a perfect, unsolicited example of the growth maintenance chart. This is more personal development stuff, but because yesterday, I made the decision to take responsibility for my life versus just being a victim of my circumstances. So, how do I say this? Hold on, I'm getting there. So, hopefully I'm not being too boring here. As I read my journal, and hopefully I'll summarize it in just a second for you. Yeah. So yesterday was the first time I decided to step into into taking responsibility for my life. Instead of feeling sorry for myself, instead of feeling like, I'm so negative and I can't do it, I just said, you know what, screw it, just take action. Let's just do it. So today was a really good example. Like today, I would say I came pretty close to crushing today. Like today was a lot of work. Morning was very productive. Afternoon there's a little bit of a lull. I got tired, and then I went back to working again. So a lot of great things happened today. And my wins for the day, I chose responsibility over being a victim. I chose action over inaction. I chose love over fear. I chose to focus on my future versus my past. And I chose to stand in confidence versus feeling unworthy. So that's my journal. I hope it made sense. It made sense to me as I was reading out. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know. Avi Ready, thank you for the suggestion to drink some water. All right. You know what? I think that helped. Okay. I just got spammed a ton of questions, which is awesome. I'm going to dive right into it. All right. Angel says, "Hey guys, I don't know why Richard, but I feel like you don't like me. Really? Goodness. Okay, you're making. Hold on. I don't know how do I say this in a. Okay, the straight answer is I like you. That's what I have to say. Like, I don't know if you understand this. Like, I'm not. If I don't like you, I'll let you know. But I like you. Thanks for asking the question. Yeah, I'm curious to know where you got the idea from. I'm very grateful that you're here, and yeah, like that's what I have to say. Well, we can have more. Feel free to ask more questions about it. Like we can have more conversations about it, Angel. Like seriously, I most definitely do like you. And I don't not like you. Yeah, so I'll leave it at that. Feel free to ask more questions. Armando Carrillo says, I fear that I will spend more than I want to. Wait, hold on. I fear that I'll spend more than I want to. Also, I have this consumerism mindset that it is taking over my productivity. Any advice on how I can focus on what is more important for me? Is your throat okay? You're coughing a lot. Let's see. My throat is okay. there's definitely something in my throat right now, but you know, I'm just gonna push through it for now. Um, let's see, advice on how to focus on what's most important to you. I would say, I feel like the biggest question that we could ever ask ourselves is why. It's to understand our why. Like why are we here? What is essentially what is the purpose of life? It's like, what do you want your purpose of life to be? So ask what's your why? You know, why do you do what you do? And I think when you take time to really focus on that, your your you can say your bad habits will subside. Is that the right word? It will kind of like it'll start to go away, because once you get clear on your vision, you'll start moving towards that. And again, I'm going to say I'm a very imperfect example of that, but it's what's working for me in my life right now. So yes. 1 second. Hold on, I'm trying to fix this window here. Alrighty. Adam says, you're doing pretty well with a sore throat. What should I do with my crazy life mate? Let's see. Adam, you're gonna have to give me more context, man. I don't know how to support you. Tell me more. What's going on with your life? I don't know how I can support you if I don't know what's going on with your life. Tell me more. All right. Let's see. Hold on. Sorry about that. I feel like I'm kind of getting distracted, missing some questions. Oh, no, I did answer that. Nelly says, hey, Richard, I'm going to get off the stream because I got to get a bunch of homework done. I'll see you next time. Awesome, Nelly. Take care. Have a good one. Kitty says, thanks for the challenge. It was really fun. You learned a lot about me. Plus, you was funny. That face you made. Hilarious. You're welcome. Kitty says, if you run a fever, take a long nap with thin sheets and a fan or air conditioner. That helps helps. Drink water too, for sure. I don't think I'm gonna have a fever. I'm just feeling a little bit sick. That's all. Alexita Pro says, sometimes we can't do something because we are worried about what would happen. I want to challenge this question real quick. So, let's see. So, if you're worried about what's going to happen, look, fear is always going to be there. So let's say you have a certain goal. I'm just going to say, let's say you want to ask out a girl, and you're saying sometimes we can't do something because we are worried about what would happen. So let's say, I'm just using this as an example to kind of argue against or give the other side, which is, let's say you want to talk to a girl. But if you're afraid of what's going to happen, you're not going to talk to the girl. So it's like, if you want to get with the girl, you got to go talk to her. You can't just stand there and wait for her to come to you. So this is where I disagree. And this is just one example of where I disagree, that we should be worried what happens. Sometimes we have to change the way we think about things. And if we have a certain goal and we are focused on the goal and we want that goal, then we gotta let go of our fears. There's some of you have probably heard this before. There's an acronym for fear. It's either, what was it? There's like false evidence appearing real. There's also, what is it? Face everything and run, or face everything and rise, or something like that. And the point is, like, I think a lot of us are scared to do things. A lot of us live in fear, and I think fear is kind of like the ultimate killer of dreams. Like, if you want to accomplish your goals, you got to get past your fears and just do it. Granted, there are some situations where you do need to kind of consider, how do I say this? Is this a risk to my health type of thing? Like, am I going to die if I do this? No? Great. Then keep doing it. Sorry, that was way too general. Like, don't listen to that. Oh, excuse me. Okay. Let's see. Armando says, is it fine to not sleep in a school day? Let's see. That's all I want to know. Is it fine to not sleep in the school day? Look, you know, for health reasons, I think everyone should be sleeping. So please do your best to get sleep. That's what I have to say. I mean, if you pull an all-nighter, I mean, you know, what I could say is I've pulled all-nighters. I feel like most college slash, I don't know about high school slash college students, most people have pulled all-nighters before. So is it okay to do once in a while? I'm not encouraging it, but you know, it's not going to kill you, or it shouldn't. Um, it's not healthy, but it's possible. But I would just do my best to not pull all nighters, even though sometimes they can be fun slash miserable. Goodness, thanks for the get well tips, Kitty. Appreciate it. Tokyo Dragon says, "Hey Richard, do you do other work other than self help work? If so, what other ways do you generate income?" Sorry if the question is too personal. No, that's perfectly fine. Actually, that's a really funny question. That's like very relevant to one of the challenges I got today, which was I was tasked with putting together a list, 10 ways, 10 ways I can create additional income, and let's see. So I haven't done the task yet. I'm going to. But to answer your question, do I do other work besides self-help related stuff? Not really. Not really. That's primarily what I do. Whether it's speaking, coaching, those are the main things I do. Speaking, coaching are the main things that I do. Yep. And then I have a lot of kind of passion slash hobbies that don't really pay money, but I do them anyway, such as making YouTube live videos slash Facebook live videos slash doing this thing called the Own Your Life Challenge, which I'll tell you about in just a second, because the start of the month is coming up pretty soon. But yeah, we'll talk about that in a little bit. It'll be really good though. I'm really looking forward to it. Yeah. So also, let's see. Do I do other work? Yeah. Again, I don't. I'm starting to dabble or like consider other streams of income. So, because one thing is like when I speak at school, like all this personal self-help stuff, like this is stuff I want to do for free. The one area of my life that I've kind of been like, how do I say this? I have to financially support myself somehow. So I tried coaching, which is okay. You know, it's not the way I want to get income. And then I tried speaking, and I'm still working on monetizing my speaking, which is working for me to some extent, but it's a process. And I also I don't want money to be the focus. So right now I've been challenged to figure out, is there a way that I could just let my speaking grow organically in terms of like, you know, people referring me, you know, they see that I do a good job, so they refer me. And that way I don't have to like cold call, cold email, and you know, try to sell people on my speaking. So I'm trying to figure out kind of a little bit of balance. Like, is there a way I can make money on the side so I can organically, you know, with my heart, do what I'm passionate about, speaking wise, you know, coaching, YouTube, all that kind of stuff. So I am open to suggestions, opportunities, and yeah, that's what I have to say. Another thing that I'm being mindful of is I also like I don't want to sell my soul away. By that I mean I don't want to work a 9 to 5 job that I'm not passionate about. You know, if I'm going to do work for money, for income, I want to be at least somewhat connected or interested in doing it. At least it has at least some sort of purpose, or if it's enjoyable. So those are some of the requirements I have if I'm going to choose to do some sort of work. So super random example is garage sales. Garage sales to me, sometimes it's fun. Sometimes I enjoy cleaning out my house and my garage, and I'll sell a bunch of stuff. But I mean, that's not sustainable income. But anyway, that's just an example of like fun little side things that I do. That's fun. I don't, you know, it's not gonna make me rich, but it's fun times. Okay. Excuse me. Alrighty. Let's see here. Kitty says, "Am I overreacting or exaggerating about your cold? Also, I feel really insecure about my appearance. Should I just wear more makeup and avoid mirrors?" Okay. I look more pale than usual. I think you need to take a break. Maybe check your temperature. Yeah, Kitty, seriously, don't worry about it. Like,
my cough sounds so much worse than it actually is. Physically, I feel mostly fine. I have a little bit of a headache, but look, like I've been, quote unquote sick, or this little bit of sickness for the past few days. So it's not like it's getting worse. It's getting it's stable or getting better. So that's all. So yeah, seriously, don't worry about it at all. And more pale than usual. I think that's just the lighting. Like whatever. It's probably just the lighting. Okay. Let's get to your question. um, you're feeling insecure about your parents. Should you wear more makeup and avoid mirrors? Ah, goodness. Kitty, please don't do that. Like, please don't feel the need that you have to cover yourself up, with makeup and avoid mirrors. Like that is like, I don't mean to be, I hope this doesn't offend you in any way, but like, that's just like one of the, that feels like one of the saddest things I could hear. Like, please don't feel like you ever need to cover yourself up. If people wear makeup, if you're gonna wear makeup because it makes you feel confident or whatever it is. Don't wear makeup because you feel ugly. Um, Makeup should be empowering versus a cover up for your imperfections. Um, and I think instead of trying to avoid yourself, because look, you have to live with yourself for the rest of your life, and please don't make that. Don't interpret that as like a negative. Like, oh my goodness, this is so miserable. I gotta live with this ugly person. No, like, I used to think I was a super ugly person too. And Kitty, I feel like we've had this conversation so many times already, and I'm not saying that in a condescending way. I just want to let you know, like, we've talked about this. Like, we get to if you want to improve yourself, you have to tackle things head on. Like, you have to tackle those fears, those insecurities, those doubts. You have to work through them. You can't avoid them. The more you hide from them, the more they're just going to stay there. They're always going to stay there until we address them. So if your insecurity is that you're ugly, you're never ever going to get over that until you actually address that. And by the way, like, we talked about this in so many different ways, formats. It's like, there is no such thing as ugly. If you believe there's something as ugly, like then there you go. Like that, it becomes your truth. Um, like for me, sure, you know, I might be insensitive sometime. Yeah, yeah, good to see you on. By the way, if I miss your comments, I'm not trying to miss your comments. I see I'm able to read some comments as they pop up. And I'll get to your comments in just a second. um, let's see. Yeah, like, if if you feel if anyone here feels ugly, like, please don't try to just cover up and hide and wear behind a mask. Like, hide behind a mask, whatever that is, makeup. um Same thing with mirrors. Like, I want to challenge you to look in the mirror. I want to challenge you to connect with yourself in the mirror and not judge yourself. Like, it's seriously like, sure, I'm going to speak as a human being. Sure, there are some people that I see and physically I'm more attracted to than other people. So we can say one is more beautiful, the other one is more quote unquote ugly. Um, but seriously, like, beauty's goodness, I don't want this to be misinterpreted. It's like, beauty is so much more than just external, like, external appearances. And just because one person is more attractive than another person does not make them any better than the other person. Like, once you acknowledge that, whatever, God, the universe, whoever, Mother Nature, whatever it was, genetics, you were born a certain way that you couldn't control. Just learn to accept that's it. um Sorry, I see your questions. I'm gonna stick to this topic and just go through the list, so we stay on topic. Yeah. So just focus on your personality. Focus on bettering yourself internally. Externally is like, I feel like external appearance stuff, like, goodness, sorry, external appearances to me is like, it's so superficial. It's so like, sure, I would prefer, beautiful people over quote unquote ugly people. By the way, I'm not calling anyone here ugly. Kitty, I'm not calling you ugly either. I don't know how you look. And what if you were a supermodel? What if you're a supermodel and you felt like you're ugly? You know? Oh my goodness. Did anyone else I don't know how many people have seen this YouTube video, but uh, well, I made this video maybe 1 or 2 years ago, and it's there's a girl in it, and she thought that she was ugly, and she's like, Richard, I feel so ugly, all this stuff. Her name is Kirsten, I think it's Kristen, and it's one of the I forgot. There's a few thousand views on it. Anyway, it's called Overcoming like Self-Esteem and Depression or something. It's the one that, yeah, I don't remember exactly. Anyway, so Kirsten felt like she was really ugly, and like she sent me a photo of herself. I'm just like, are you kidding me? Like you're freaking beautiful. How can you possibly think you're ugly? So my point is like sometimes we just feel like we're ugly, and then I was so whatever convinced that like I made a video, and I don't know, this is a little bit of a touchy subject, but like in the video I literally asked whoever watched the video, I said, okay, do me a favor, rate Kristen on a scale 1 through 10. I know that's like a little bit like over like borderline risky or whatever you want to call it, but like looking at the feedback, looking at all the comments, pretty much every single 100% of comments, like whatever 99% comments were like, dude, Kristen, you are so beautiful, like you whatever, you're gorgeous, you're hot, you're cute, whatever. Yet here's a girl who's so insecure of the way she looks. So I don't know how to say this. Like, point is just love yourself for who you are. Okay, all right. I gotta catch up with your comments. Y'all are quite engaged. All right. Aaliyah, let's see. You have a test tomorrow, zero studying, help. The fact that you're on here right now tells me that you get to probably not to be on here. My encouragement to you is take a few minutes to get focused on why studying for this test is important to you. Like, get present, like just try to understand why this is important to you, and after whatever it is, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15, 20, just whatever you feel is right for you. After you spend enough time thinking, or even if you don't think, at a certain point, you just gotta be like, you know what? I just gotta stop procrastinating. Let's just do this. Okay? So it's time to get cranking. Remove distractions. Move to a different room that doesn't have. Get away from your computer if it's not helping you. If you gotta study on your computer, then I don't know. Take out your distractions and just go for it. You get to study. Let's see. Finally, someone understands me. Thanks for helping me and letting me lean on you. Are you talking to me? What? Or others? Cool. Toki says, what did you study in college if you have? I studied business administration. My answer is really, I feel like my major was rather irrelevant. I know I quote unquote run a business, but college education to me was, I liked my university, UC Riverside's a great school. It's just that I personally am not much of a school person. Like, I kind of felt like classes were a waste of time, but I love the extracurricular stuff I was involved with. Alrighty, Kitty says, hee, you are great, love you, thanks for the advice. Oh my god, I have to stay with this body. I'm sorry for the boring question. After all, I am leaning on you. Awesome. Do I still have college debt? I don't have college debt. I'm very fortunate to have scholarships plus financial aid plus I also worked in the residence halls as a resident advisor / building president, so that covered a lot of my room and board. So yeah, I was able to graduate college very, very fortunately without any debt, which is, I feel like is more unheard of. Favorite shows or movies? Favorite show, let's see. My most recent favorite show is Rick and Morty. I think that show is like a twisted dark humor, but like it's genius. It's I don't know, it's so like whoever was writing Rick and Morty had to be drunk or high or something to be writing it. Like it's so clever. Rick and Morty is like I would say it's a little bit of an adult cartoon. Um, yeah, it's about like this I don't know. It's been a while since I've seen it. It's been a few months. It's about like scientist grandpa who is always like drunk and stuff like that. He's I don't know. He's very eccentric, and then he has him and his grandson always go on galactic adventures and stuff like that. I don't know how to explain it. Like you just gotta watch an episode. Pickle Rick, yeah, Rick and Morty. That's dirty. What does that mean? Let's see here. Other stuff. Simpsons. I used to like Family. Family Guy's still kind of funny. I like Simpsons. Simpsons is a classic. Orange and these are old shows. I don't watch a lot of TV anymore. Orange is the New Black. I thought that was a really good drama. Goodness, I'm missing a bunch of other stuff. I used to watch Suits. I mean, that was long ago, but I really like how they put that together. So those are just a few. All right, Adam 8. Sorry if you're still on, Adam. I'm sorry for taking so long to get back to your comments. Adam says, I can't get enough sleep. Boy, I need some self help. I'm hoping to become a motivational speaker ASAP. Living life every day with a disability. I would love to just need makeup. Oh, I see. So, hold on. I'm looking at this. I'm trying to figure out a little bit more. Patience. I would say patience. Yeah. So, it's funny. I could say this to myself too. Yeah. I mean, our personal growth journey is just one step at a time. We just got to keep moving along and be patient, put in the hard work to, if you want to become a motivational speaker, you also got to put in the hard work and just keep pushing yourself and put in the hours. I think that's what all of us are doing as speakers. Any craft, really, not just speaking. Yeah, keep it up, though. Alrighty. I watch dirty stuff. What does that mean? Do you have you watched Rick and Morty before? Let's see. Yeah, it's a little how do I say it? It's not like yeah, that's okay. Angel says, what was on your top 10 list to make extra income? I haven't created it yet. That was assigned to me today, and I plan to get it done tonight. So I'll do it after this live stream. So I still got to figure that out too. Tokyo Dragon says, what kind of toxic friends and fake friends have you dealt with? Toxic friends and fake friends. Toxic friends, fake friends. Toxic friends, fake friends. That's a tough question. Toxic friends and fake friends. It's a tough question because like it's been a while. Like I don't really associate myself with toxic people. Like I'm protective with who I hang out with. And so it's been a while. It's been too long. I can say like let's say when I was in high school and college, when friends are kind of whoever is closer to you, whoever's in your class, whoever's living in your dorm, stuff like that, like whoever's nearby you, and you just you have a small community to choose from. I feel like the likelihood of being around more toxic people is more likely compared to, let's say, when you're 28 like me, where I have I don't live with toxic people. I have more choices. I don't have to I don't have to see certain people every single day, like go to class and stuff like that. So, yeah, that's, but when I think about toxic, I don't think toxic people, in my opinion, like when I have those quote unquote toxic friends, I don't see them as bad people. It's just, I see that they have this negative habits and they're kind of a victim of their circumstances. Like they complain a lot about their problems and like they don't do anything about them. So people who are like always negative in that way, in my personal life, I tried to not spend too much time there because I'm not like it's one thing to vent. Venting is perfectly okay. Like we all get to vent. We all get to let our emotions out. But I think what's really really important is, for me, it's hanging around people who are sure you can vent, but I want to hang around people who are willing to, you know, improve themselves too, because like complaining is one thing, taking action is another thing. So I tend to hang out with more action takers, and I don't mean that in a. I definitely do not mean that in a pretentious way, like you know, in a very whatever you want to call it, cocky way. I get it, and I'm thinking about my old self. Like, if I said this to my old self, if myself 3 years ago was watching what I was saying, I'd be like, man, Richard, like you're so, you know, whatever. To me, I would feel like I'm a little bit elitist, you know, and no, like I don't have that vibe, you know, I don't feel that way at all. I don't know if you're catching that, but like, because I remember other friends, like you know, entrepreneur friends would be like, yeah, you know, I only hang out with people who are crushing it in their life and blah blah blah, and I'm just like, oh, I feel bad because I don't feel like I'm crushing it in my life. Um, yeah, so I don't think I'm better than anyone. Uh, yeah. Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it at that. Oh, today's conversations are quite interesting. Wait for it. Penko Lee says, I think Rick and Morty is like an adult animated show, to be honest. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, I agree. I think it's funny because I know a lot of middle schoolers who watch Rick and Morty too. And I'm just like, oh goodness, middle schoolers should not be watching this show. Like it is, it's not dirty in the sexual sense. It's more inappropriate adult humor. Like it's not sexual at all. It's just like it's crude. It's crude humor. But I like it. It's witty. Like there's a lot of creativity that goes into it. So there's a lot of different elements I like about it, and I don't know. Like I'm impressed by the writing and the character development and all this, like just the creativity blows my mind. So yeah. Alrighty. Pingali says, this is so true though when it comes to toxic people. Kitty, that's okay if you don't like Rick and Morty. That is perfectly okay. You know, to each their own. And, you know, I don't expect everyone to like what I like. It's just something that I enjoy. That's all. And I'm not going to, you know, let myself or you feel judged or feel bad for liking something. Dad's doing fine. My brother, Kevin's doing pretty good. Yep. So that's what's going on there. All right. So let me see here. If y'all don't mind, sorry, I know this is kind of okay. By the way, if you are watching this right now, I just want to say please forgive me for being kind of random. I don't feel super focused today. I am doing my best to be like to provide value and, you know, answer questions and things like that. But I do feel like wherever my brain is right now, like it's a little bit fuzzy. But before I continue, I do, and please forgive me, this is a little bit out of context. I really do want to share with you about the an opportunity, the Own Your Life Challenge. So for those of you, I don't know how many people, I don't think too many of you actually who are on watching right now participated in the January one. We had like 34, I think about 34 people sign up for January. Sure, it had like, it was good. It had a lot of challenges too. And February's Own Your Life Challenge, which is the purpose of the challenge is to help people break bad habits, create positive habits, and achieve your number one goal. I would say this upcoming Own Your Life Challenge is much more organized. It has a much better structure, and I'm just really looking forward to it. Like I'm going to be completely honest. I know I'm unselling myself here, but sure, like it is not completely perfect. But what I can say is it's free and there is accountability, and there's a system set up where people will, like, if you need support with like keeping yourself accountable, working with other people, Own Your Life Challenge is a good way to go. I wish I had a little bit of a website together, but I created an infographic, which I think looks pretty awesome. Let's see. But out of the sake of not trying to confuse everyone, I'm going to post, if you are interested, you can, sorry, goodness, my throat is acting up. If you are interested, you can, oof, goodness, I can hear myself. You can sign up. If you have any questions, just email me, message me. I'll be happy to talk more about it. Oh, goodness, where am I going with this? I'm sorry. Like, it's, like, sorry, please forgive me. Like, my train of thought is, like, it's a little, like I said, it's a little all over the place. Okay. I'm going to give you a super, super raw file. Okay. By the way, this link that I'm sending you, Own Your Life Challenge infographic. Okay. The link I'm sending you right now is a super, super rough link. As in, like, I should be sending you the actual infographic in a PNG, but this is what it looks like. You can see the background of how I created the infographic. There it is. I just want to make sure you get the info out there. By the way, check out the infographic. It's cute. It's cute. So it'll kind of explain to you what the Own Your Life Challenge is. Hopefully it puts it in a very simple way. And if you want to get started, here's the app. Okay. Did I post it? Yes, I did. Own Your Life Challenge app. Okay. So I just posted the application right there. Okay. Sorry, this is like, all of this is super unofficial. I get it. You know, time is limited. I'm not here to look perfect. The main point is I just want you to excuse me, goodness. I just want you to have all the information and know what you're signing up for. It's completely free. And so infographic is just information. The application is the application, so you can apply. And this month, I'm super last minute about it. I'm literally, like, you were one of the first people to know about the this upcoming months. So I don't expect February to be very big, which is good, which means I could interact with you more. And, you know, it'll be easier to maintain. But if you're interested in, you know, breaking bad habits and creating positive habits and also achieving maybe one goal that means something to you, which you'll create soon, please apply. I'm planning on shutting off applications in probably a day and a half because I need time to prepare and organize all the groups. Also, it's going to take time for people to organize their thoughts and create a plan. Because once February 1st hits, we're going to hit the ground running. Like, it's going to be, excuse me. Oh, goodness. Like, please forgive me for this, I don't know what to call it, cough, this, whatever's going on here. Yeah. Anyway, let me know if you have questions. I wish I was more clear with this. Maybe tomorrow night I will create a special video that is focused on breaking down what is the Own Your Life Challenge, so it makes more sense and I could tell you a little bit more about, like, what is my vision for it. Because again, this is only Own Your Life Challenge number 2. You know, January was the first time, February is the second time, and my vision is to really grow this bigger. Like, this month I'm estimating somewhere between 10 to 20 people maybe, which is perfectly okay because I'm focused. I don't care how many people sign up. I care about how many committed people sign up. You know, how many people are going to do the work and really dive into it, because this is one of those, like, you know, what you put in is what you get out. Like if you're willing to push yourself to work on breaking some bad habits that you have, so if you're dealing with insecurities, to stop the negative self-talk, if you want to create positive habits such as exercising more, eating healthier, pushing yourself to organize yourself, study better, whatever it is, like that's what this Own Your Life Challenge is all about. And I'm a little scared to say this, because it's commitment my side, but I too, I'm going to be a participant in the February Own Your Life Challenge. It scares me to say that. It really does. I'm not gonna lie. But yes, I will be a participant, and oh goodness, okay, I will be a participant, aka a leader. All participants are leaders, by the way, and if you read the infographic, you'll see what I mean by that. Okay, so what do I have to say here? What I have to say here is check out the infographic. It's cute. Like it's fun. Alrighty. By the way, there will be for February. I don't know. There's gonna be little incentives. Like I'm planning to put together a little bit like of a Hall of Fame for people who accomplish their goals. And by the way, this is a monthly challenge, which means every single month we're gonna be doing this, and that also means that every single month you get to create new goals. Every single month you get to stretch yourself and improve yourself one little step at a time, because this is what it's about. Like literally action is so important. If you want to change your life, if you want to improve your life, you have to take action. You can't just watch videos and keep doing the same thing every single day. Watching self-help videos is not going to help you, like unless you take action. So that's what the Own Your Life Challenge is all about. It's about taking action. It's about getting involved. It's about working with a team of 4 people. There's gonna be 4 people, and each week there's gonna be a leader. Week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. There's gonna be a leader once per week, and you're just gonna push each other. You're gonna support each other towards accomplishing your goals. Help each other not make excuses. You set a commitment, you set a goal, and you just go for it. Don't make excuses. Just do it. So. That's kind of the premise of it. And again, it's not going to be perfect. It's going to be a messy process. I don't expect you or anyone else to be perfect. Like, fail. Please fail. I want you to fail. Failure is there. How do I say this? You can't lose. You either win or you learn. That's it. Failure is just an opportunity to learn. And I know sometimes failure is better than success. It's all about just moving forward one step at a time. Okay, so that's what I have there. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them right now. I'll answer them. Okay. Alexito says, do you know a way to stop procrastinating? For example, watching TV or anime in my case. Goodness. So how do you stop procrastination / watching TV? Ending procrastination is a choice. Okay, so I feel like there's 2 parts to procrastination. Number 1 is it's a choice. Are you choosing to procrastinate? Are you choosing to let yourself go and just do the easy things such as watching anime and TV? Or are you going to, just as hard it is, you're just going to choose, you know what? This sucks. I don't want to do it, but I'm going to focus on my work. I'm going to stop watching TV. I'm going to stop watching anime. I'm going to focus on my work. So number 1 is just choice. Number 2 is techniques. So, for example, if you're watching anime and you're watching TV a lot, then consider if it's being that much of a negative influence in your life, consider taking away your TV or creating certain rules. You got to feel this out for yourself. So, for example, if you're procrastinating by watching TV, set rules that you can follow. It takes a little bit of practice and listening to yourself to figure it out. But, for example, if you don't want to take away your TV and you still want balance, by the way, if you're starting off and you're really a huge procrastinator and you really are serious about moving forward, my recommendation is just go cold turkey. My recommendation is just quit watching anime / TV for whatever, 1 month. And maybe that'll be your February Own Your Life Challenge goal, And here's the thing. I'm not telling you to not watch anime. By the way, I'm sure you love anime. Like, I'm sure you enjoy TV and it has great value. The purpose of this is not to make you feel miserable. The purpose of this is to set yourself up, to train yourself to whatever you want to call it, sacrifice 1 month of not doing the thing that you want to do so you can focus on improving your procrastination So after you build a positive habit of not procrastinating anymore, then after your month, you can go back to, you know, balancing watching anime. For example, after you're that month of cold turkey, you can do something like, okay, I'm only going to watch anime after I finish all my work, or after 5 p.m., after whatever, 7 p.m. every single day. So just creating rules for yourself to succeed. Okay. By the way, I'm curious. Am I am I understandable right now? Like, am I? I feel like part of me just feels like I'm just talking and like none of it's making sense. I'm really curious because I'm having a hard time like connecting with myself, which makes me wonder if you're able to connect with me too. So let me know. Okay. Uh-huh. Let's see here. Penkali says, focusing more on yourself than trying to find love relationship. What? Focusing on yourself. Sorry, I'm missing that. I'm guessing that's. I have a hard time with that. I'm curious. Are you more of a cat or dog person? I like both cats and dogs. I prefer dogs. Dogs are. Dogs have more of that empathy. You know, dogs like could really sense a lot of similar human emotions. So I really appreciate that about dogs. Cats are cute too. I just dogs. Okay. Let's see. Kitty says, "Stop asking for forgiveness. You did not. You did nothing wrong. Do not worry about us. You're sick anyway." Thank you for that. He keeps coughing. I just don't want you to keel over. I'll be okay. I'll be okay. It just sounds bad. But like whatever. Mentally, I'm okay for the most part. Yeah, I'm not sick. Like, my temperature is normal. You know, like I feel completely normal. It's just the little bit of cough and whatever it is, a little dizziness, but it's not too bad. Kitty says, "Wait, who won the challenge? Who won our challenge? Challenge like, are you talking about the seven things, like 7 reasons why you know we're worthy, unworthy? Or are you talking about the January one? Curious." Let's see. Either way, I wouldn't say there was like a huge clear winner or anything like that. I think, yeah. Let me know so I can clarify. Angel says, whenever I feel confident to ask out the girl I like, I feel like she'll get annoyed by me or it's going to be awkward. Okay. So Angel, if you feel like it's going to be awkward, it's funny. I had a little random thought. If you feel like it's going to be awkward, it's going to be awkward. If you don't feel like it's going to be awkward, it's not going to be awkward. We get to determine that. But anyway, my main point here is it's always going to be awkward until it's not. So everything takes practice. And if you want to learn how to ask a girl out, guess how you do it? You just do it. Like literally nothing replaces actually doing it. And it's going to be uncomfortable, you know. It's going to feel awkward until you practice it enough where it stops being awkward. And that's like the best advice I can give to anyone is just do it, just practice it, do it. I know sometimes it feels like this is your one shot, you know, one opportunity. Eminem references, but like don't put so much pressure on yourself, you know. Just this is just one opportunity. Of course this is so probably super important to you because you have a crush on her. But just know, like, just do your best and don't worry about the outcome. Just do your best. And amor fati, love of fate. Everything will be okay. Everything is meant to be. Just do your best. That's all, and everything will be okay. Okay, whether it's awkward or not, everything will be okay. Whether she rejects you or not, everything will be okay. Trust. Okay. Sorry. Okay. Kitty says, "Oh, yeah, embrace the awkwardness." There we go. 7 reasons. Okay, you're talking about who won the challenge for 7 reasons. I don't think it was really like a, you know, win-lose. We can say we both won. I'm gonna say we all won, and I don't mean that in a cheesy cliche way, but I think we all won because I think we all kind of learned something, and built up some sort of self-awareness in general. It seems like you did, and I did too. So, yeah, I think that's a win-win for everyone. Pinko Lee says, I mean, like, just focusing on yourself and your parties than being occupied with finding or being in a relationship. I think you got it. Focusing. Sorry, this, goodness, I can't piece together whatever you said before to what you're saying right now. So I'm a little disconnected right now. But I'll do my best. So you said, I mean, like, just focusing on yourself and your parties than being preoccupied with finding or being in a relationship. So, what I'm hearing you say is that we should focus on ourselves and accomplishing our goals versus just focusing on trying to be in a relationship with someone else in a way that they can make us feel better or happy or more complete or fulfilled. If you're saying that, I would agree. I think we should focus on our own goals. And like make that our priority, make us the priority, make our goals, our visions, whatever it is that we want to do with our lives the priority, and the relationship. Trust me, like I'm not saying relationships are absolutely amazing. They are absolutely amazing. Amazing opportunities to learn and grow, experience things together. They're amazing. I've said this before. Relationships, and I didn't make this up though. Relationships is 1 + 1 = 2, not half plus half equals 1. Relationships to me it's about you being a whole person, the other person being a whole person, and you two coming together to share awesome experiences. And it's, to me, relationships are not about you're my other half. I don't think that's what relationships are. Like if you are expecting your partner to whatever it is, to fulfill your other half, like it's going to be a pretty big burden on that person, and vice versa too. If your partner expects you to do everything to fill them up and everything like that, I think that'll be a burden too. So yeah, one thing my the girl I'm dating said is like, I love how aware she is. She's like when I was struggling this past week, she's just like, Richard, I believe in you. I support you, but guess what? I know I can't fix you. If you want to improve yourself, like that's what you got to do on your own. I say that like she was definitely not trying to be mean about it. She was just being real. Like it was like I understood that. I understood, no amount of her love or whatever is going to attention, all that stuff is going to solve my problems. Because if I can't figure out what my, reconnect with my vision, stuff like that, and she just like, oh, Richard, that's okay. Guess what? That's only a Band-Aid. Like, the only way I'm going to solve my problems is by tackling my problems head on. So that's what I have there. Okay. Yeah. Kitty says, you really want to know me. I hope you understand me better. Yeah, definitely. I definitely do understand you a little bit better. I think there's so much more to learn about you, Kitty. Yeah, for sure. Pinko says, it was kind of hard for me to throw it out there. Sorry, Richard. It's okay. To be honest, yeah, again, please forgive me. I'm, how do I say this? I'm not perfectly clear on the statement, but it's okay. Yeah. Kitty says, by the way, Pinko, feel free to clarify what you're saying, okay? I'm really surprised that people are still on watching this. I feel like I'm barely making sense right now. I'm definitely doing the best that I can to, answer questions. But my voice is like, it's weird right now. Okay. Anyway, we're getting pretty close. Kitty says, this way I know it's weird. Pinko says, thanks for the output though. You're welcome. Let me know if there's anything that I missed. I feel like I missed some things, so feel free to clarify, okay? So, by the way, I want to wrap up this conversation. 2 things. Number 1 is, like, again, I want to encourage you to really consider, like, I would so appreciate if, how do I say this? Well, I appreciate, yeah, I would appreciate, but honestly, like, if you want to, like break bad habits, if you want to create positive habits in your life, if you want to start, taking ownership of your life, own your life, then I would be honored, and it'd be super cool for you to complete the application on the Google Doc that I sent out earlier. I'll go ahead and post it again right here because there's been some chats. So feel free to fill that out if you want to be a part of it. And here's the infographic one more. Wait, whoops. Did I just? Yeah, that was that. Whoops. Where did it go? Oh, the infographic. Yeah. And then here's the infographic. Oh goodness, that's not the right link. Oh goodness. This is so funny. I feel in such a infographic. Check those 2 links out and you can learn more. Oh goodness, I sound so funny right now. Yeah, but it'd be so cool to engage with you in that way. This is just another opportunity to grow yourself, develop yourself, and again, it's not going to be a perfect journey, but that's okay. Like, that's what we're all here for. We're going to do our best to improve ourselves. And again, February, I'll be a part of it too. I'll do the challenges as well. It makes me nervous, but I'm up for the challenge. It's scary. It's scary, and I'm doing it for all of you who are joining with me too. So come join me. It'll be good. It'll be challenging. Parts of sometimes you might feel a little bit, stressed or like some anxieties with some of these tasks, but it'll make you a better person, and that is the ultimate goal. So let's do this, okay? So please sign up if you wish. This is not forced. I only want people to sign up if they're committed to participating and taking action in it. So yeah. Let's see, what else? Yeah, besides signing up, topic of today: action cures self-doubt. I think that's a perfect segue into Own Your Life Challenge. And action is so important. If we want to improve our lives, we have to take action. We can't just sit here and listen to people talk about positive things. Like, we actually need to take action. So again, Own Your Life Challenge is a perfect segue and perfect tool to use to start taking action in a way that's free. Read the details, pay attention to them because the details matter. Like, it's going to be it will be a pretty intense month. And so get prepared if you're going to be a part of it. Get ready. Like, this is the month that might actually change your life, or be the beginning. Might be the first. It might be the first day of the rest of your life. It might be the first day of the rest of your life. Quote, my leadership person, I'll call him my mentor, Luis Rengifo, who taught me that. Okay. Question is, do I curse? Let's see, do I curse? I do curse once in a while. For the longest time, this is a fun little side story. For 20, I can't remember how long, for 20 something years of my life, I didn't curse. I just decided, I was just not going to curse. And then one day when I was in college, I was like, you know what? Why do I not curse? And then I remember that first day I tried to curse, I was like, it was so awkward. Like, it was so hard for me to say the F word. And I was like, this is so weird. Like, I can't. It's so weird. But anyway, I do curse once in a while. I used to curse a little bit more, maybe like last year or something like that. And then I kind of toned it down a little bit. And also, if I'm being completely honest, because a lot of schools hire me to speak, and also, how do I say this? My YouTube channel is attached to, schools could find me through the YouTube channels, the YouTubes. I do my best to, use it very, very sparingly, also because there's a lot of middle school and high school students here. I know most middle school, high school students are okay with it. I just want to make sure I'm not closing down opportunities. But of course, I also want to be authentic also. So once in a while, if it's in context, I may use a word or two. But for the most part, no. So if you are someone who might hire me to speak, just know that I try to keep it as clean as possible. So far, so good. Okay. Alex Cito Pro says, I've already completed the application. Do I really need to stay tuned daily in order to keep my mates focusing on their goals, or did I misunderstand the project? So, um, how do I say this? It's each week, so there's 4 weeks. Week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. Each week there's going to be a different leader. You know, 4 people, and there's going to be 4 people in per group. So you rotate leaders, okay? And when it's your week, like, you want to make sure you don't have to talk to them every single day, but you want to make sure, like, figure out a way that your team is staying on top of their on their work, because what's going to happen is like this is, I mean, this is leadership. Some people, they can keep them some they can keep themselves self accountable, but to be honest, if most people who are doing this have some sort of challenge with accountability, which is why weekly leaders is really important. To, like, hey, how's it going? You know, maybe check in 2 or 3 times during the week. 2 times, maybe 1 to 3 times during the week. Like, hey, how's your goal doing? You know, are you struggling with it? What can I do to help? Things like that. And I'll do FAQs. I will tell people, give people advice on how to improve and stuff like that too. But yes, you're going to want to work in a team to support each other, because it's going to get tough throughout the month. If you have a stretch goal, if you have something that pushes you to move forward, like, let's say my goal is to go to the gym for 20 minutes once this entire month. Like, that's easy. You know, you want to push yourself a little bit. And the harder your goal, the more excuses that you're going to want to make up. So you're going to want to lean on each other for support. So yes, you're going to want to support each other, and your teammates will support you too. Because if you're not willing to support your team, why would your teammates want to support you? You know, so I mean, some people are like that. So anyway, do your best to support. Yeah. Penko says, didn't Kristen tell I was 20, and I would always worry that people would think of it as me not being grown up or childish. That's okay. You know, like, everyone has their own preferences when it comes to cursing. You know, don't let other people pressure you. I'll leave it at that. Okay. With that being said, hey everyone, again, thank you so much for hopping on. I super appreciate that you all are here and willing to tune in, even with my sick voice. And again, sign up for the Own Your Life Challenge. It's a comment. The link is in the comments, and looking forward to working with you this upcoming month of February. Again, applications are due probably in about a day and a half, because we got to start planning. We got to start setting it up and get people situated and ready to go. So there we go. Let's see. Kitty says, I missed your question. It calms me either way. I'm not getting any benefits. Wait, hold on. Oh, Richard, I have found out that my habit cures my anxiety. If I do not do it, I am nuts. Hold on. Wait, what question did I miss? I found out that my habit cures my anxiety. If I do not do it, I am nuts. It calms me. Either way, I'm not getting any benefits. I'm not clear. Your habits, I think we know what habit you're talking about. You said it calms you. It helps cure your anxiety temporarily. I don't think it's a healthy way to cure anxiety. I think there's other much better outlets, and I would do some Google research too. So Kitty, do some Google research on alternatives to, you know, this bad habit, or ways to cure anxiety. So just do some research on it. Like, yeah, there's a lot of great information out there. So please find a healthier way to do it. Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. You're welcome, peoples. Angel, thanks for hopping on. Have a good night. Take care. Sign up for the Own Your Life Challenge. I'm only pushing it because I only have one more day of advertising it, and then, you know, I can't accept more applications, because once it starts, it starts. Like, we got to get going. Okay. Good night, everyone. Bye.